this is going to be a Pickacard reading about what your person wants to tell you or what their messages are for you, since we've just gone through a bunch of shifts and eclipse and all that, new moon. So I want to see if any new energy is coming in that wasn't there previously. So we have 4 piles. There's pile 1 is red jasper, pile 2 is moss agate, pile 3 is amethyst, and pile 4 is green fluorite. So pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can pick more than one if you're drawn to it. So I will start with pile 1. Your card from the Fool's Tarot, the Fearful. Laugh at your fears. Let me get a few clarifying to go with that. So this person wants to tell you that they've overcome fear. And I'm hearing it as a child who is really excited because maybe they were always just like scared of the dark. They always needed a nightlight. And then all of a sudden they don't need it anymore. And they're really proud of themselves. It's that type of energy, like a childlike, really happy, excited about not being afraid or having overcome something, having overcome this fear. So it's definitely something they've been working on since childhood or dealing with since then. But they just really want to tell you about this. They want to tell you how proud, how proud they are of themselves. Maybe they're having trouble speaking. Maybe they haven't told you this because I don't know why, but there's something holding them back, or, I mean, I'm still speaking, so, okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like something had tried to hold them back, and even in this picture, it's like hiding behind the tree, like being held back. But even so, I'm still giving the message, even though, you know, my voice is trying to stop me or something's trying to get in the way. It's like they didn't let that thing get in the way, whatever it was. They kept going. Even so, before, the way they approached situations like this or feelings like this is they would hide or run. But now they actually went through it. It's like they took the heat. I'm hearing they took the heat. They took the damage. But they knew that even with taking damage, they would still make it to the other side. So it's kind of like before, they weren't willing to go forward if they thought they could get hurt. But now, as long as they know they'll survive or have a chance even of surviving, that's all they need. It doesn't matter how many challenges or difficulties. It's like they're not afraid of difficulties or challenges anymore. And this could have been someone who, in an attempt to avoid conflict or avoid, I'm hearing drama or trouble, they would just not acknowledge something, or I literally lost what I was going to say about that. It'll come back to me. Anyway, let me move on so I don't waste time. So Page of Pentacles, this is something new, and I think the reason I'm getting kind of like a childlike energy is because it's that, you know, when kids learn something new, they're so excited when they realize they can draw a circle. They want to show you, they're so excited. It's that type of energy, and it's something they've never done before, or they've never been able to do before in their life, in all of their lifetimes. Like, it's their soul is like, this is the first time for their soul, and so it's a really proud moment, and they think of you when they think of who they want to share that proud moment with. So, oh yeah, I was going to say, they could be someone who, in an attempt to avoid things being difficult, they choose the option that maybe in the moment it seems easier, but it ends up being way more difficult than if they would have just faced the hard part in the beginning. It's kind of like if someone wants to get healthy and wants to improve their body, and instead of, you know, I don't even think that's a good example because I'm already losing what I'm going to say again. This reading is definitely redirecting me, but the point is, this person is approaching life in a new way that they never have before. And they're really excited about it and they want to tell you. And everything in this person's life that really frustrated them, and things that happened that had no answers or explanation that they just had to move on from, it's all starting to make sense now. Like, they're starting to understand the why. So it's like if someone commits a horrible crime and nobody knows why, finding out why, it doesn't make it okay or make it better, but it adds some sense of comfort in your mind when you can understand, okay, this person, this is what was going through their mind, this is what, you know, they had going on or whatever that would have caused them to do this. Even if you don't agree at all, it's just being able to understand or be like, okay, I can see how that led to this, I can see how this was a consequence of this. So they're kind of making those connections and connecting the dots in their own mind. So I'm going to get one more because these are going to be short since there's 4. And I may do a longer one later. So this person is in a place now where they're realizing things are possible, that they can, that it's like their self-confidence is growing. It's like it grew overnight because it was such a long time coming, and then they needed that one last final thing to happen, whatever it was for them, to like make it all click. And then in that instant, everything changed for them. And now they're in this world where their work does pay off and their intentions are seen, and they just don't feel like they're in a fight so much anymore. But again, this person, when something really goes right for them, or something, they make a really amazing like discovery about themselves, you're the person they want to tell. They want to tell you, they want to share that side of them with you, even if it's a side they don't share with anybody else. So that is your message. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, pile 2, the moss agate. Let's see what your person wants to tell you. Any messages, whoever this person is. Could be anyone of any relation to you. This could even be, let's say you've never met this person in person. Maybe you just know of them. Like maybe it's your favorite musician or something like that. But you could even be connecting with their higher spirit. So even if it's someone you haven't met, but you just feel really connected to, it could also be that. So I'm being told to tell you that. So let's see what your card is. Also, before I flipped it, I was feeling like flipping it upright. So I'm going to do that. The dutiful. Assume all duties with love in your heart. So this could definitely be a continuation of pile 1. I'm already feeling this similar energy. So if you connected with pile 1 or felt drawn, then I would watch that. But this is somebody who, or the similarity to pile 1 is somebody who's now in their integrity. And I think the difference is the first pile was more about someone who finally learned something or finally is able to do something now, kind of like their soul growing up. This pile is more somebody, this is more of a mature soul feeling, and it's like not mature like older, but just maybe like adult soul instead of child soul, if that makes sense. But anyway, this person is starting to grow up in a sense of doing the right thing. It's like their spirit is moving out of like a reckless teenager, reckless young person type of stage to like, okay, now I'm actually taking life seriously and actually planning for the future. And this person has realized the effect that so this person may have always felt like they didn't have enough of an impact or an effect, and they wanted to be bigger in some way. And so now they're realizing they actually do have that impact, and like they may have underestimated their reach on and their influence on people. They may have thought or felt like they were the ones getting influenced, and they could have been, but they also have a very strong influence on others. And they kind of have this ability to shift between being influenced and being the influencer. But this person's realizing the sense of responsibility that comes with that. They're starting to awaken to their power, and as they're awakening to their power, they're starting to understand that that power comes with responsibility as well. And they're starting to realize, like, they're at a place where they're ready to accept that responsibility, where before they would have been like, no way, like, that's not even on my mind. But now it's like, because they're aware now of their impact, and they're just taking themselves more seriously. They're taking their intention. They may have got to a point where they felt like what they did doesn't even matter. What they say doesn't even matter. Like, so they didn't really care. It's like, well, if it doesn't matter anyway, why try? Like that type of energy, almost like a burnout type of energy. Like, I can't please anyone. I can't make things happen how I want, so why try? But now they're realizing they actually have a much stronger influence and reach. 12-12 also, and this is number 2. So if you're seeing 12-12, or they could be seeing lots of 12s, that could be a sign. Or 2s, 2-2-2. Anyway, also I'm being drawn to a white dog, so you or they could have a white dog. Anyway, yeah, this person is really growing up, but this is the type of growing up where they had to do it on their own. Like, it's not something someone else could have shown them or told them or forced them to do. They had to come to this understanding and this realization, because they had to realize, oh, I am powerful. I do have an influence. I do make waves and make a difference in this world. And so it's important to choose consciously and carefully what I'm putting out there, because it is making a difference. So it's like they care now. That's what I'm hearing too. They care. Like before, it's not that they didn't care, they couldn't care because they felt powerless. Like, what's the use of caring? There's nothing I can do. So when they determined they had no power, they decided not caring or trying to not care would be easier than trying to do something that they can't control. So let's see what else comes out for this. But this, like in the first pile, my voice was like cracking and like I was choking a bit. But in this one, it's flowing better, and I just feel like they've made it past, like they just have really graduated. It's like they're graduating, and how he's like, his hand is up like that, like salute. It's like he's showing up and he's doing his part, like his duty, like his assume all duties with love in your heart. And the love comes from realizing, hey, I am special. I am powerful. I do matter and belong and have a purpose. And that's making them love themselves more. Because it's like what they always wanted to believe, but maybe the world or others told them otherwise, so they doubted it. Okay, 6 of Wands. This is really exciting because this person is, it's like they're proud now. Like before they would have hidden their work and hidden the things dear to them and close to their heart, but now they're having like a sense of pride for themselves But it's not like an egotistical type of pride. It's like genuinely being proud of themselves and feeling special and feeling important. And they haven't felt this in so long. And if you and this person have had issues, or maybe you haven't talked in a while, it's because they didn't feel like they could. Like they didn't feel enough. They didn't feel powerful enough. They thought it wasn't even an option, so why even try? Why even care? Even though, again, they did care, but they had to choose not to, because that felt like the easier option than trying to go for something that they felt would have been impossible for them. But now that this person is feeling this sense of confidence in themselves again, like this new confidence, and that sound could be how they're feeling right now, like revved up, like ready to go, actually ready. And not the type of ready where you say you're ready but you're really not. It's like they actually feel ready. And this could be somebody who, it takes them a long time to be sure or certain of things, but when they are, like when there's no doubt left, like they don't hold back. And that's where they're at right now. And they want to, this isn't so much something they want to tell you with words. This is something they want to show you, because they know something else they've learned is how actions do speak louder than words. And like words can be important, but if you don't have, words can be nothing if you have nothing to back them up with. And so they don't want to waste time trying to explain. They think they could much easier just show you. They just want to present this new energy to you, and they feel ready now to do that. So yeah, their fear is gone, their sense of doubting themselves, of feeling like a victim or feeling sad or sorry for themselves, that's over. And now they just feel powerful. And you're gonna see this, and you're probably already feeling it if you're really connected to this person. Even if you're not talking to them, you're probably already feeling this. So it's just more confirmation. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. And now we will do pile 3. So the amethyst, oops, there we go. The Fool's Tax, live and learn. Okay, I would just take a sip of coffee. So this pile is already more relaxed. Like I usually wouldn't stop and take a drink of something until I'm done, because I don't want to, if I'm not going to edit the video, I don't want to like add extra time, but it doesn't matter. Because if you chose this pile and this message is for you, then you wouldn't have cared. Anyway, so I'm noticing the number 50 and how it's almost like 50, like this age where you'd hope by then you'd have learned a lot by then, and enough to not be sabotaging yourself anymore. This person has spent lifetimes trying to learn something, and it's like, for some reason, it's a real struggle for their soul, this specific lesson. I'm not sure why. Also, it's 11:11, so okay, that's really weird, because my kitchen time is 11:15 and my phone is 11:11. That's weird because they've always matched. I don't know when it changed, because they always, anyway, weird things. You could be noticing weird glitches or things like that just don't make sense, but you're not going to bother telling someone else because you would sound silly, or they'd be like, okay, who cares? But like to you, you understand the significance. You know what I mean? Anyway, interesting. I'm hearing you and this person are on different timelines. Like you're aware of each other, but you're existing in similar but different. Like for example, where you are, it's 11:11, and where they are, it's 11:15. So it's very similar, but not the same. So this person wants you to know that this person is kind of like, they have a chaotic spirit, but not in a destructive way. It's in they're just they're very like unhinged or ungrounded. But they have so much, like they care so much, and they have so much like intensity for life and for existing and being. It's like they're just this ball of buzzing energy, of electricity, and it just can't stay in one spot or be still. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but this person wants to tell you that you bring balance to them in a way where, and it's not necessarily being grounded to the earth. There's something about this person, they're not meant to be grounded in a way. They're not meant to be rooted, but they're meant to be grounded in something that can move. So rather than being like a tree rooted to the earth, a tree doesn't move, obviously, stays right there where it's rooted. Rather than being like that, it's more like a tree, okay, this is weird, but a tree on an airplane, or a tree like in a pot, but it's moving. I don't know, it's like, that's not really a good example. But it's like they're meant to be grounded in something that's still flexible, that they can still move in. And so that's you, because people obviously move, not just physically, but they're, astrally shift dimensions, shift worlds. People can move in many different ways. But it's like people can also remain grounded in themselves. And there's something about your energy that's very angelic and grounding to them. So it's like wherever you are, they remember. Like it's deeper than they feel at home or they feel safe. It's like they actually just have this deep remembering or remembrance when they're around you. Like beyond words, they couldn't really describe it in words. But it's like time, and here I'm about to describe it with words. Time slows down. Like I'm getting the image of in X-Men, how Professor Xavier, he has the power to like make all the humans still, like they're frozen, and then like he can freeze or not freeze whoever he wants. So he can make basically the whole world freeze and just who he wants to do whatever they do, and then he can resume time, and the people never even knew they were frozen. So it's like when or if you remember, like when people were doing the mannequin challenge, I've just seen that scene of like people just being frozen in time, and it's like they feel that way with you, not frozen like stuck, but they just feel like everything slows down. Because like I said, they're always on this really high vibrating frequency, but like when they're with you, it's like the buzzing goes away, or it like stops in a way. So this person just really appreciates you. And I feel like this doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like, it definitely feels like good friend. So whatever your relationship is, whether it's romantic, whether it's your sibling or your best friend, whatever, you're definitely also best friends with this person. Like very good. Like you may argue, you may fight, you may get on each other's nerves, but like on a soul level, like that's your best friend, no matter their relationship to you. And they're just really thankful. They're filled with gratitude, and it's like you save them, not like you have to save them or like you're their hero, but it's like they just feel like when they don't know what's what and they don't know what's true and everything is everywhere, they look at you and they're like, I know that. And it's just a really good feeling for them. So if they could tell you anything, it would just be thank you for existing. Like, just thank you for being. This person has a lot of admiration and love for you. It's like they don't just love you for you. They love you because they can see the impact you have on the world. They can they see your divinity, they feel it, they know your important role in this world, in this life, and you just literally are like an angelic goddess. Even if you're a masculine, they just see you as like very angelic goddess energy, like just this calm but very powerful. Also, this person, you may be detached from them. They may be someone who's kind of like in and out of your life. Like they pop in at times, but it's not always there. But they just want you to know that even when they're far away, even when you guys may argue, they always have nothing but this deep love and appreciation for who you are and for your existence. And they always feel this way. Like they never, like that's the only consistent thing in their life is how they feel about you, is what I'm hearing. And they're okay with that. Like they're not someone who's desperately trying to be grounded. It's like you're the thing they didn't even know they needed until they met you or until they experienced your energy. I'm just thinking how many minutes this has been. I'm trying to do math. I think I'm doing it wrong because each reading is about 8 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've went over. This reading's been extra long. But like I said, it's relaxed. It's fine. This person just loves you so much. And they're like acknowledging they sometimes annoy you or can kind of get on your nerves, but they want you to know it's always love at the root and at the core, just in case you didn't know. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. So now we can get into our last pile, pile 4, with the green fluorite. It's so pretty, like sea glass. Okay. So what does your person or the person on your mind, whoever you consider your person, oh my god, all the cards just fell out. Okay. So yes, let's see what they have on their minds. Maybe they like to make you work for it in some way, or they like to see you in a fun, silly way. They like to see you stressed, or like they like to annoy you, but it's like fun for them. Okay, let's see. The deceitful. Trust your intuition. Okay, this person who you're connected to, I feel like you are connected to them, right? This isn't somebody who you're estranged from or you haven't talked to in a while. This is someone who is maybe annoyingly close to your energy. Okay, this person is not, I don't even want to say like bad person, good person. They're not necessarily a bad person, but this is someone who's very 50-50. Like, they can really go either way. Kind of unpredictable, or this is someone who, when they're going through something or going through a lesson, you maybe want to stay out of their way, like, until they readjust and center themselves and come back. So with the trust your intuition, I'm getting that this person wants you to know. So this is coming more from like their higher self, their truer self. This person may not be acting in a way that is deserving of your energy. Maybe they're not respecting you, or maybe for some, like you've asked this person so many times about, like you've talked to them so many times about something, like either please stop doing this, or like please start doing this, or something that you've told them over and over how you feel, and it's like they still aren't respecting you, or they're still not doing it or listening. Okay, this person, I'm getting this energy, I'm just trying to figure out how to put it into words. It's almost like it's this energy of like they're being annoying. They know they're being annoying. They can't really stop being annoying. They don't know how to stop. So it just gets worse and worse. And no one's enjoying the situation. It's like someone who's like laughing in an uncomfortable way. Like it's not fun or funny, but they're just, if you're picking up the energy I'm trying to describe, it goes along with the color though, like the color, the reds and the orange. It's like this really unsettled energy. It's like, I don't know, this person could possibly even have been either locked up, like have spent time in jail, in prison, or have spent time in some type of like rehab facility or like a mental institution or mental hospital, something like that. I guess this person's spirit sometimes has to detach from them to guide them, and it's detaching because it wants to tell you to trust your intuition when it comes to this person. So for some of you, this person is an addict, and so it's almost like they have two selves, like their true self and then their self when they're using whatever it is. So it's like this person wants to, in a way, protect you from themselves. They want to tell you, like, if you feel like maybe you shouldn't trust him, or you feel like maybe they're lying, trust that feeling. Like, don't be tempted to, like, this person is saying, you can't trust me right now. This is their highest self saying, you can't trust me right now. Trust yourself. If I tell you something, if I, like, don't trust me. I'm not myself right now. I'm not. I've just noticed this book on my shelf, and it's called, I've never even read it, but it's called The Bad Place. So it's like they're in the bad place right now, whatever that means for them. And they don't want, it's almost like I can't help myself. Like they're trying to say, like, distance yourself from me. Also, you could look up 3232 and how this is 23. 3232 just popped up. So 2s and 3s, 3232. You can look that up for angel number, for extra message. But anyway, this person is trying to protect you from themselves. It's almost like, and I don't think this person is like a violent person necessarily. This feels more like psychological or emotional, like abuse, rather than, I don't think this is someone who's like, you're worried they're gonna like physically assault you or something. But it's like this person, they don't feel like they're in control right now, and they don't like what feels like it is controlling them, and they don't want you to be affected by it. So they're saying, trust yourself. When I call you and you just feel like I shouldn't pick that phone call up, don't. Like when I ask you for money and you feel like you shouldn't give it, don't. Like, trust your intuition. But this person definitely has a very strong spirit, and okay, they want you to know they're not lost, they're not broken. This is part of their journey that they agreed to. This is something they have to go through. This is something, like, their spirit is in full control. Their spirit is overseeing this, no matter how their physical self may appear. But just know that their spirit is taking care of them. Like, you can pray for this person, you can send them love, you can send them good intentions, but don't do anything else. Like, don't try to contact them, don't try to go out of your way. Like, just, they have to deal with this on their own. And like, don't feel bad for them. Know that they're going to be okay, because this is part of the plan of their life for some reason. It's something that they planned to go through and to learn, but for the time being, their spirit is like, I want to distance myself from you to protect you. So if I try to get close to you right now and it doesn't feel right, just really go with your gut. Like, you'll know when it is right. But for the time being, trust that feeling. Let me get some more cards. But yeah, this person is like, their higher self also wants to tell you, like, they have everything under control, even if it doesn't appear that way, like, they're taking care of it. It's almost like a crazy drunk baby, and like the babysitter's like, I got it, it's fine. Even though I wouldn't trust that babysitter, but you get the idea. So the Lovers, and actually, I don't know if that's gonna, let me just do this. Okay, the Lovers and Strength. So this could be someone who is like an ex, or who maybe like back in high school you guys dated and you just kind of remained friends all this time, or something like that. This does feel more like it's or has some type of romantic element to it. It doesn't have to. If everything else fits, leave this part out. But it feels like this person isn't saying to wait for them. They're just saying they know you deserve better than whatever they can give you, and they will not, like, their higher self, kind of like how this angel is here above these two, their higher self will not let them get close to you until and unless they prove that they can't, like, that they can be in your energy. Just know that their higher self, like, they love you a lot. They want to be in your life in some way, but they also have a lot of other missions and things to do in this lifetime. So it's kind of like they're saying, wherever life takes us, just know my spirit won't let me get close to you until I am like worthy of it, or until I can be the person who deserves to be close to you. So it's like their higher self is almost like looking out for them, but you at the same time. There's something about that, about you guys having like shared guides, or like a shared angel or something like that. And you're definitely important in this person's life, but they just, I don't know, it's almost like you need to let me go right now and just do my own thing. And I feel like you want to, but there's guilt. Like, you want to just stop talking to this person for a while. That could be what your intuition has been telling you, like to give yourself a break from this person, to kind of cut them off, not forever, but just for as long as you need to, until they can prove that they're better. But like, if you're feeling guilty at all, just trust your intuition. It's okay. This is their higher self saying, like, you don't have to take care of this person. Like, I'm taking care of this person. Like, trust me. It's okay. It's not your responsibility. Don't feel guilty saying no or cutting this person off. You're helping them and yourself in doing so. So, like, pass the burden off to this angel, this person's higher self. Like, you don't have to be, because I feel like this person has really drained a lot from you, and you've at this point in your life, it could almost revolve around them, or like way more than it should, or maybe way more than you'd want it to. It's like this person has caused you to be isolated because you've been so focused on them, and you've been guided to detach. This could even be a parent also, is what I'm hearing. If it's not at all like a romantic, it could be a parent who maybe they're older, and you feel in some way like you need to take care of them, but like that's not your job. Like, they need to do this on their own. So don't feel guilty at all. Like, it's not your responsibility. You have other responsibilities that you're neglecting because you're taking care of something that's not yours to take care of. So yes, this is confirmation. You can trust your intuition. Cut this person off for the time being. It'll be okay. They're okay, and you need to focus on you. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.